Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to my shop. In this quick shop tip video, I'm going to show you how I set up my ShopVac and separator cart to make it very mobile around my shop and very handy and easy to use. I will show you how to do this. This is how I set up my ShopVac and separator cart, and I've got this rigid ShopVac. It's a 5 horsepower. The dust separator, which is the one I got from Rockler, it's a dust right separator, and it's cyclonic and separates the bigger particles before it goes into the ShopVac. And I just kind of built this on the fly, and then I've made some modifications and tweaks to it over the time since then. But I'll do is kind of go over what I did with this, how I built this cart, made it fit, made a handle here, which is not only for maneuvering it around, but also if I run over the electric cord, I can use it as kind of like a handle to lift it off and over the cord too. So I'll do some closer shots here to show you how I kind of organized everything. Also, I've got this automatic switch for running the vacuum, so I can operate this rather than having to go back to the vacuum every time I wanted to turn it on or off. So I constructed this cart out of 3/4 inch scrap plywood that I had, and I'll put the hand sketch plans that I made in a PDF that you can access through the link in the description below. Now this measures the base part 36 inches long, and then it's 18 inches wide. This is measured to fit my particular ShopVac and this separator. If yours is a bit different, you'll want to measure it out and build it to size to fit what your equipment requires. Now on the bottom side of this, I put some casters. Now these are some fairly small casters on this one. They're like about 1.5 inches. And I'm going to be replacing these 4 casters on the 4 corners with some 2-inch casters. Given the 3/4 inch plywood and the support that these sides provide, I don't think there's going to be a necessity for a 5th caster in the middle. Now in my setup, I also have this remote control switch that turns the vacuum on and off. I just press the button once, it goes on, press it again, it goes off. This is the older style switch, and I got this through FastCap. I think it's fastcap.com. And they're coming out with the new style now that's going to be even better than this. And one of the other versions that they had come out with is this one where the remote is a 2-button remote. I didn't like that as much because it's hard for me to remember which button to push. So I did some paint marks around the button so I knew the white turns it on, the red turns it off. And that's for my central vac system that I'm using this one on. So check out fastcap.com and see what kind of remote switches that they have right now. They come with various channels and so forth, so you can have more than one remote in your shop. The only other caveat may be if there's any other conflicting remotes in your home, such as garage door openers and so forth, or if your neighbors happen to have any that cause this to go on and off. I've been lucky as that I've not had any other interference with mine. Now some of the other things that I've done here is how I've stored some of the vacuum accessories that I have with this. I have this tabletop vacuum nozzle that I can use. I've got this floor nozzle that I can use, and I put some wheels on here. This is kind of a rough version of what I've seen on other videos, but works perfectly well for me. I've got that sitting in a PVC pipe. I'll show you when I turn this around. Also, I've got this other nozzle that I've got sitting over here, and I just kind of let it lay in the handle there. Around this end here, I've made this handle that I put in, and that gives me a way to maneuver this around the shop. And also, like I showed before, if I get over a cord, I can kind of lift it up and get it over the cord. Also, I've got this dust collector accessory from Rockler that allows me to attach to various tools for collecting the dust. And one of the adapters is this one here also, depending on the nozzle on your tool and the adapter. And I just kind of lay this one here on top of this separator here in a cavity that's on there. And this I put in here, kind of wrap it around a few times on this bar here. Tuck it in here. One of the things about having a square cart like this and round containers and ShopVacs is you have some empty spaces here in the corners where you can kind of tuck some things in, such as my shop wand attachment here. I also use this handle adapter here. I can't remember exactly if I got that from Rigid or Rockler. I think it's from Rigid. Then around this side, I've got this floor attachment and a piece of PVC pipe here, and I attached that with a couple of bolts. I've also got this other tabletop wand that I put into a short piece of PVC down on this part down here. And then I've got my cord here, and I kind of wind this up sometimes and just lay it right on top of here. Other times I just kind of leave it on the floor, kind of tuck it under my workbench, keep it out of the way for me. So that works pretty well for me. Simple. And works very efficiently for me because I can wheel this around the shop a lot of different places. Goes along pretty easily. Even with these small wheels, if they're 1.5 inches. And like I said, I'm going to put some new ones on, about a 2-inch. And these have lasted me a few years and it's worked pretty well. And I'll put the hand sketch plans that I have on how I built this. This is something that evolved over time for me. And people see it in the background of some of my videos sometimes and they inquire about it. So I'll share this with you. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you got some inspiration from it, please give me a like. Also, please subscribe to see what I may come up with next, and be sure to hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on anything. I also greatly appreciate all your comments. I get a lot of great tips and tricks from you. So if the women don't find you handsome, at least they should find you handy. Thank you.